PUDcast is filmed before a live studio audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
And we're coming to you from the Pud Cave, located here in game-swapping, beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what is going on?
Cold, man. It's cold.
It's a little cool this morning, man, in the big L town, man. It's a cold December morning.
Yeah, it's December.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but barely. But
there it is.
And hey, man, you know, tonight, obviously, man, this is going to be put up on Sunday afternoon. We're recording it the day before, and we also got the USA Main Event Wrestling show tonight, Mike.
That's right.
Man, I'm looking forward to that one, brother,
too.
man. We get to do our commentary thing again.
That's right.
Should be, the card's going to be stacked. Like
Yes.
I say, once again, if you're listening on Sunday, it's already happened. So hopefully you got a chance to either be at the show or watch it live on the Facebook channel on USA Main Event Wrestling. If you haven't, you can go on their Facebook channel today and watch it. Once again, it's on USA Main Event Wrestling, man. Go check you boys out, man. If you like what we do on the podcast, you'll like what we do on the wrestling. I hope. I mean, we ain't done it yet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, Mike, before we get into today's subject, man, I want to talk about Kyle Busch.
Now let's talk about Kyle Busch.
Well, we did our weekly wrestling wrap-up. Which, like I said, that should be, if you're listening on Sunday afternoon, if you're one of those really, really cool puds that listen to us as soon as we come out, the weekly wrestling wrap-up, our wrestling show on L-Town Radio will be out tonight around 9 o'clock, Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. It's every week. You can catch us giving our opinions on wrestling and what's been going on that week of wrestling. Hopefully, Mike, L-Town will be getting us our own page up before too long so we can actually have the old shows on demand.
Yes.
That's what we're pushing for right now. And we're going to get there. Matt Burton, the owner and operator of L-Town, man, he does a lot lot of things, man. He is a very busy individual. So he's working on it. So for all you puds out there, be patient. And Mike, I'm talking about us puds, me and you as well.
Yeah.
But I know, man, it is coming out. So once again, if you don't get a chance to listen to us live on the weekly wrestling wrap-up, that's Sundays at 9 o'clock on L-Town Radio. Stay cool, stay patient. We're going to get our own page up where you can listen to those old shows.
We'll get it.
We will get her done, bro.
Kyle Busch.
Okay, on the weekly wrestling wrap-up, we were talking about how Kyle Busch is now the WWE 24/7 champion.
Yes.
I was able to give my opinions on that on L-Town Radio, but I wasn't able to really give my opinion on that son of a bitch cocksucker, Kyle Busch.
Jesus. Calling you out, Kyle Busch.
Fuck you, Kyle Busch. If you hear me, come fight me, motherfucker.
What is this about?
He's a dick with the ears, Mike.
Okay.
That is when I look at Kyle Busch, I think, that's a dick with ears.
It's a penis.
He's a penis with fucking ears, man. Big, jumbo, dumbo, shit-eating bastard. Kyle, fuck him, man.
Why is this? Where does this heat come from?
I just don't like him. I just don't like him. I just don't like him, man.
Nothing personal.
Well, yes, personal.
I mean,
personally
obviously,
think
but nothing personal has happened to you.
I tell you, man, this is what really put me. I never liked him. I just thought he's a cocky. Now he's a good driver. Look, man, you got to give the devil his due.
You would say the same thing about oh God, what is it? Jeff Gordon.
I wouldn't know. I didn't like
back
Jeff
in the
Gordon.
day. Yeah,
I would probably call him things I wouldn't call him today.
Right.
You know, with today's environment, especially, you know, I don't want to be called a homophobic or anything. You can put your own, you know, you can add two and two together.
That's just a finger.
Hey, man, but I'm not saying that.
Right.
Now, I'm just saying in the 90s I would have. I don't know, man. I never hated Jeff Gordon. It was always that Gordon Earnhardt thing. And I was always a big Earnhardt fan.
Right.
You know, always loved Dale. I love Junior, man.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch was just a cocky son of a bitch, man. And fuck Kyle Busch. But I'm going to tell you what really put me over the edge with him, man. He won. Because now look, man, now in all disclosure, Mike, I don't follow NASCAR like I used to. I don't really, I haven't watched it. You know, I even said on the weekly wrestling wrap-up, when I quit getting drunk on Sundays, because Monday morning just got bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of when I got out of racing, man.
Right.
My drinking and my NASCAR fandom kind of went hand in hand.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
The more I drink, the more of a NASCAR fan I become.
Okay.
You know. But man, I'm watching it. It was the race they had in Nashville. And he won. He's a good driver, man. He's a piece of shit, but he's a dick with ears cocksucker. But he is a good driver. I'll give him his props on that much. So anyway, man, he wins the race in NASCAR, and they give him this beautiful custom-made Les Paul guitar. That was the trophy. Or one of the trophies. No. He straight up smashed it like the Who.
What?
I was like, fuck this bastard, man. I was like, fuck this son of a bitch. Yes, he just took it down and just smashed it like the Who. This beautiful custom-made piece of art. I'm a I'm a bassist, or a bass player. I don't know enough music theory to call myself a bassist, but I'm a musician, man. I want to be a musician, and I'm like, I mean, man, this guitar was probably monetarily worth over $10,000, man. Very, very, very possibly. He smashes it like, because you know why? Because he's a dick with fucking ears, Mike. I hate Kyle Busch, man. And now Kyle Busch is our WWE 24/7 champion. Piss on that, Mike.
Why didn't you smash that belt?
I wish you would have. You know what would have been even better if R-Truth would have smashed him. Damn. He rolls up R-Truth and and Michael Waltrip is a Benedict Arnold, man. He used to be on Dale's team, man. Now he's hanging out with that piece of shit Kyle Busch. Fight me, Kyle Busch. Fight me. No, don't fight me, man. I'm too old for that shit, man. But I would like to take a guitar and smash it over Kyle Busch's head.
Who was that used to say boogity boogity?
That was Daryl Waltrip.
Okay,
that's Michael's brother.
Okay,
it's his brother.
Okay,
it's his brother. Yeah.
All right.
Boogity boogity. I love DW, man. Okay. I like Michael. I thought Michael Waltrip was all right. He had great hair. I'm gonna tell you who don't have great hair. That fucking dick with ears, Kyle Busch. Fuck him, man. I don't like him, man. And now he's a WWE champion. That makes perfect sense.
Oh man, I'm gonna bring him up right.
Don't
quick.
you pull up his picture? Oh my God, Mikey, you asshole! You're pulling up.
I saw him a little bit on the show.
No, what is that? Is that not a dick with ears?
Okay.
Do you see it? Do you see it, Mike?
Hey, what is he doing?
He's a piece of shit.
Is that a bed full of?
It's probably a bed full of shit.
Pennies.
Yeah.
Bed full of pennies.
They call him Wild Thing and Rowdy. I call him a cocksucker, is what I call him, Mike.
The Candy Man?
Candy Dicks. Oh, God. Okay, man, I know. All right, man,
wow.
we don't do the cussing for the kids thing anymore. We decided to start cursing.
Got you off bad, didn't it?
But I need to calm down, Mike. Look at him. People at home, you're not missing anything. This is the one time that it's good we don't have video, because Mikey's looking at pictures of dicks with ears right now. Look at that picture, man. He's a dick with ears.
Okay. You see it? I can see it.
Yeah, thank you.
I can see it.
Thank you, man. He is just a piece of work, Mike.
He's got a lot of trophies.
He's a good driver, and that makes it worse, man.
I
wish
24/7 trophy now.
Why not? Why not just put the WWE belt on him, man? Why not?
Huh.
So, Mike, what do you think about No Way Jose, the WWE superstar?
Can we put this? Hey, there's a bloodshot of him. Oh,
good. Yeah, he got a color.
That was a post-race fight.
Yeah, he gets in fights, man, because he thinks he's the shit, and he gets beat up because he's a dick with ears.
Can we put that picture of him up?
I would wish we would. God,
I'm just gonna leave this here the whole show.
Oh, great. Once again, man, it's the best time not to have a video feed, because I'm not a fan.
I wish we did.
Dude, if we have Kyle Busch fans out there, stop listening. Just turn this off, man. We already lost one subscriber on Facebook or on YouTube this week. Yeah, we'll lose another one, man. We'll lose another one. Yeah, man. We went down, brother. We went downhill.
Oh.
All right, man. Okay, I've got it all out now. Okay. No Way Jose, man. You have an opinion on that you couldn't put on the weekly wrestling wrap up.
Oh, no. I was just kidding about that.
Oh. But, so it wasn't as passionate.
I've said it before. I think it's just a doomed gimmick.
I like the gimmick,
It's a doomed gimmick, just like every other gimmick that's come before it, just like that.
Man, but
Adam Rose.
True. Oh, it's the same thing.
It's the same exact thing.
It's identical.
It's doomed.
I think, man, if they would just not get them squashed out, every week, it could build some momentum.
And they tried it with Adam Rose, but
they started squashing them out, man. Well, he did have a little bit of a run. At one time.
Fandango.
Oh man, I mean, once again, same. I don't know, man. I like that fun gimmick, but I don't, man. Maybe it could just be doomed to fail. Maybe it should fail. I don't know, man. I'm mad now, dude. I don't even want to talk anymore. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Well, let's talk about something. Well, another controversial subject.
Okay.
And this is one of those things, man. We don't plan a lot. Puds, you guys out there listening, me and Mike really
not for these, not a whole lot. We kind of go on the fly on these.
Yeah, I mean, we try to have a
structure.
Yeah, a little bit. For instance, man, these next couple of weeks, we actually got some stuff planned out. We're gonna have some special guests coming into the Pud Cave over the next couple of weeks to kind of end out the year, and so those are gonna be a little bit more structured. But we really didn't know what we were going to talk about, and I had an idea, and we were going to go with one thing,
right.
And, so we started talking about something else last night. That's once again, Mike, for the people out there listening, what you hear on the podcast is basically what you hear whenever me and you get together.
Organic.
It's organic, man.
Gluten-free.
Even you vegans can like it. Hey. Even shit eaters like Kyle Busch can listen to our show. But he's like...
Swallow that.
I heard you, Kyle Busch, you turd, dick with ears. But he's a dick with ears. But
here's your turd taco.
He'd be like, I love turd tacos. No, they go great with my dick ears. But we were talking about something.
Oh dear God!
But our conversation, man, we were kind of talking about and I do want to talk about that original subject somewhere down the line.
Yes.
Maybe give you a little bit more time.
Definitely
to kind of research that very hardcore subject.
Yeah.
So we started talking about something else, and that's what we decided to talk about today. We're like, well, man, let's talk about this tomorrow instead. And Mikey, that's something. Once again, some people love it, some people hate it. If you've read the artwork, you already know what we're talking about.
Right.
That's the Star Wars prequels, Mike. How in the hell did we even start talking about that to begin with?
We were talking, of course, the Mandalorian is the hottest show in the world.
Baby Yoda is the greatest thing ever, man.
Yeah.
Look, dude, I'm 44-year-old grown-ass man, and when I see Baby Yoda, I'm like, oh. Yeah. I am, dude. It's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I want a doll, man. I want a Baby Yoda doll. I want one.
It's the dog you didn't want.
It really is that you love. I mean,
but
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, we got on that. And can we put a Kyle Busch in Emperor's robe on the
I'm gonna take Jar Binks and I'm gonna put him. That's my Photoshop project. This episode.
Jar ears. Oh, dang.
Oh my. Okay. All right, man. I'm gonna have to work on that photo. That's gonna be a Photoshop project, man. This episode might go up a little later on Sunday because holy jeez.
There you go.
Okay. All right, man. Jar and Kyle. Yeah. Perfect combination, man.
Nice. But we got to talking about all the hate. Everybody loves the Mandalorian, but all the hate that the new Rise of Skywalker movie is already getting, and it's not even out.
And The Last Jedi got a ton of hate.
Yeah.
Hey, man, even The Force Awakens got a lot of hate. Mike, here's the thing, man. A couple things. One, we also talked about how the prequels are 20 years old now.
Yes. Right at it.
Yeah, 99.
99. 19.
Yes, man.
That's amazing.
No, dude, it came out in 99, so it's 20.
Yeah, it's 20. It's
20
right.
years.
19 is right. 20 years.
Yeah, man.
It's amazing.
Dude, it's hard to believe because it makes me feel old,
It is.
But something else, man, is, and we've talked about this on the podcast a few times, between wrestling fans and Star Wars fans, you're not going to find a more toxic.
Oh.
And I don't, once again, man, it should be community.
Tough,
and it's not. It's everybody thinks their opinion matters. That's one thing that kills me, man.
We do.
Yeah, but you know what, man? We put work into our opinions, man. We actually put a podcast out. Any jackass can damn type something on Twitter, man. Yeah. Let's be honest, man. Any jackass can go on Facebook, well, I don't think this is good. Well, fuck you. Who gives a shit, We at least put some work into our bullshit opinions.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the way I look at it, man. If you want your opinion to matter, then do a podcast, bastard.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
I'm just in a bad mood. Kyle Busch just did it to me, man. I'm going to be an asshole. And that's what I need to get all my cussing out, too, before we do the commentary show tonight. Go ahead and get it all out of here. Yeah. Get it out of my system. But, Mike, something else I know that we were talking about, and to even get into the prequels and into the subject at hand, I want to talk a little bit about talking to a younger guy I used to work with. Mm-hmm. And I think this kind of was in our conversation last night. Because, he was a younger guy, man, probably about 15 years apart, give or take. So he grew up on the prequels.
Right.
Those were his Star Wars movies. Like Jedi and Empire was ours. His was the Phantom Menace and Attack the Clone. The prequels.
Okay.
So I was giving him some hate at my job. Man, just talking shit. I was like, oh, man, them prequels suck, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't think they suck, man. I like the prequels, and we'll get into that. Right. But I do think our era was better. Obviously, man, I think that's just how it is for everybody. Yeah. Which kind of brings me to what he said. He was like, I grew up on the prequels.
Nostalgia plays a part in that, too.
Brother, yes, it does. Pro wrestling with cartoons, toys. Even though I do still think we had the best stuff, the Transformers and G.I. Joe, all that. I do think we came up with the best stuff. But he was like, yeah, man. He was like, there's so much more action in the prequels. He was like, and I'm like, why? If you find Senate hearings and trade embargoes exciting, Yeah. But there is a lot of action, man.
There is.
There really is.
There really was. And, like I was saying yesterday, with our trilogy, the original trilogy, there was a lot of suspense.
Yes.
There was a lot of suspense, a lot of build.
Right.
And it was new, it was fresh, and you didn't know any of the lore because there was none. No, it was just being made then.
Right, and we didn't have the internet. We didn't have all those secondary shows.
No.
We didn't know who Luke's father really was. We didn't know if it was really Darth Vader.
Yeah.
We didn't know about Princess Leia's, relationship.
That's a big thing now is how do you watch these trilogies if you're coming into it?
Right. I've always
how especially me, showing my daughter how to watch these. Do you start off at 1 or do you start off at 4?
And you're not the only person to bring that up, and as this time has progressed. And this has always been my advice. I say start them out with 4, 5, and 6 like we did.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, and I guess now the new trilogies, and then start it over.
All right.
1, 2, and 3, and then. Yeah, and bring it all back together, and then do it in chronological.
If she doesn't go through the first one, this is dumb.
That's true. Because we got to remember, man, those are dated movies.
They are. I go back with the original Star Wars. Right. Empire was probably my favorite for sure. New Hope is definitely dated, and you can see it.
Oh yeah, man.
It's definitely there. It's like wow, okay.
It is.
There's something special about it still.
Oh, absolutely. I love it.
But it's still one of those, wow, this is a long, long time ago.
Yeah, in a galaxy not that far away, but definitely a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
One thing I think Star Wars has done very well since it was bought out by Disney, and they went back and they started like Rogue One, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've done very well as far as trying to incorporate that old style of Star Wars in a modern time.
Yeah,
I think they've done a good job of that. Like they still have the chin straps.
Yeah,
and I think Rogue One was a really good movie, and I think they balanced that. Even with the Force Awakens, when they went back into the Millennium Falcon, they still had those old graphics that were state of the art in 1977.
Right.
I think they've done a very good job of that balance, man.
Yeah.
But one thing about the prequels as compared to that, I always thought it was kind of weird how the prequels did have a lot more technology. Like R2-D2 can fly, stuff like that. It's like, well, why wasn't, I mean, that's a hard...
Right. I think, with that, I always... I'll rationalize anything,
sure,
if I can. But to me, that the prequels represent a Victorian time.
Oh, okay.
If you look at it from like American history and even English history, you look at that,
Luchasaurus.
You look at that Victorian time and how beautiful everything and how detailed everything was.
True.
And
then you had the Dark Ages.
Then you had the Dark Ages, which would be our Industrial Revolution.
Well, before that,
at this time.
But still, yeah.
Oh, are you talking about like the Empire or just the Dark Ages?
Well, the Dark Ages in general, like back in our universe.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. But no, then you come to the Empire reign, which was basically industrial.
Yeah.
Everything is it's I don't want to say dirty, but it's very
But it is though. It's kind of been broken down.
Mechanical. It's industrial. It's
post-war.
Yeah.
It's post-war. I can see that, man. Yeah, that makes sense too. That does make sense, because if we had a big war right now, in 20 years, we would be much more advanced. Now. Yeah. And I do think something else that I liked about the prequels is how the Jedi were in their prime. So you got to see a lot of really cool lightsaber stuff. You got to see a lot of cool Force stuff going on. I like the prequels, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do too.
Like I
said, the first one out of that, episode 1, is my favorite out of those 3.
See, me and you actually differ
because it gives me that Star Wars feeling.
Very, very much so.
Yeah,
and I think it also introduced us to a great villain in Darth Maul, which was not utilized.
No.
Now, Darth Maul has returned.
Yes.
Spoiler alerts, by the way.
To a different canon.
Yes. Well, no, man, he's back in regular canon. He was in the Solo movie. Have you seen Solo?
I have not seen the Solo stuff. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, but Darth Maul is in there. So he does live. He does come back. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
it's only about 3 years old.
Yeah,
come on, man. Come on,
really.
Come on now, dude.
Yeah,
get on it now.
Does Han and Chewie get a Millennium Falcon?
I mean, what happened? Yeah. I mean,
but no, I haven't touched that one.
It's not bad.
Like I said, I wasn't racing to see that one,
and it's definitely not. I think somebody said it best online. This would have been a good TV show.
Right,
the Solo Chronicles or something like that, but not a bad movie. Definitely not. I thought Rogue One was better as far as non-saga movies. Right. I really liked Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was a really good movie. I like all them, dude. I like Star Wars. I'm just one of those guys, man, that I don't pick it apart. I don't break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't try to nitpick it to death, because you can nitpick anything to death.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just like Star Wars, and man,
there's holes. There's holes.
Absolutely, brother. Especially with the prequels. Going back to the original trilogy. Oh, brother, it's full of holes. We were talking about Jar Jar a little earlier. I'm one of those people. I never liked Jar Jar, dude. I just never could get.
I don't think you can find anybody other than a small child that would.
Yeah, but. That is a good segue, Mike, because I want to bring up something that I just saw. My cousin, actually, who's on Facebook, was just talking about Return of the Jedi.
Right.
And how that movie is scorned by a lot of critics, a lot of Star Wars fans, because of the Ewoks.
Yep.
Myself, as a kid, I loved the Ewoks, Mike.
I like the Ewoks still.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man. And I don't care what anybody says, that TV movie they made about the Ewoks, the second one.
The Battle for Endor.
Dude.
Yeah.
That movie was dark.
It was very dark.
I mean, like, people died in that movie, man. Yeah. Ewoks died in that movie.
Oh, Ewoks died in Jedi.
Jedi, that's true. Yeah. You did, yes.
Yeah. Jedi, I always liked Jedi there at the end.
I love Return of the Jedi.
I love Return of the Jedi. Just under Empire.
Oh, absolutely.
As far as my favorites, I would Empire, Jedi, New Hope is my top 3 on the original trilogy.
See, I would flip Jedi and New Hope.
Really?
I love New Hope.
I like, and the Ewoks to me were important because it symbolized nature and going over the machine.
Yeah, nature winning.
Winning over the industrialized,
Well, speaking of breaking it down.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, but that is a good analogy, man. Yeah, it really is. That makes sense.
I think that was needed.
Yeah. It showed how you could have these big, crazy weapons and machines of destruction, and they get brought down by logs and ropes. Nature.
Yep.
Yeah. Just the indigenous species of that planet.
Yep.
Well, man, let's go into the first movie, into the first of the prequels, The Phantom Menace.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Mike, a lot of people
explains a lot.
Yes.
The midichlorian thing is the one that always gets me.
Man.
I think it gets a lot of people, too. By the looks of it, it gets you.
It gets me, too. I never liked that. The Force doesn't have to be scientifically. Right. I just wonder if the new trilogy, The Rise of Skywalker, part of me would almost like to see him bring it full circle with the midichlorians. I would like for them to be like, oh, and by the way, we figured out this is bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, Luke, you know.
That's just the end of the movie.
Done.
Midichlorians are bullshit.
Done, man. That could be the opening scroll.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Jedi books have announced midichlorians were bullshit.
Yeah.
The end. Done, man. 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, man.
It's a time of great strife. Midichlorians have been proven to be bullshit.
Everybody lives happily ever after.
Yeah.
Done. And I also didn't like the Immaculate Conception either, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't like that either. I was like, come on now.
That was
It's a little
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like. Once again, man, it has its holes, it has its issues.
Yes.
The midichlorians, the Immaculate Conception, it's like you don't have to.
How far does the lightsaber know how to go?
Dude, that's something that we may never know. You mean the laser sword?
Oh, thank you.
I didn't like that too much either when Anakin calls it a laser sword, but then Luke calls it a laser sword in the last.
Right.
Once again, I do like how they bring it.
If you don't know, I mean, of course, if that's the first time you're seeing something, you don't say lightsaber. When I saw it, I was like,
it's a laser sword.
It's a laser sword.
I mean, but
it can cut through everything.
But now, the devil advocate you might. This is a time when the Jedi are known in the galaxy. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows who the Jedi are. They should know that it's a lightsaber, man. I mean, that's the technical term.
He's kind of, he's a little junk rat.
Well,
I mean, for what
he is, man. He lives in the desert.
Yeah,
but still, I don't know, man.
And same with Luke. He was just, a desert kid and just didn't.
Well, he didn't know what the lightsaber was either. I mean, he was looking into it.
What's this thing?
Whoa! Don't hit that button, oh God!
Yeah.
Story over.
Yeah.
But no, man. I thought
I like that. I like that. They're just dumb to what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's a lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lightsaber.
We don't even know it's a lightsaber.
Yeah, but we don't live in the Jedi times. We don't live.
It was all new.
I don't know, man. I just can't get behind the lightsaber. I can't get behind laser swords, midichlorians, or Immaculate Conceptions.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that is a tough one.
The midichlorians. Hey, send me a blood sample, so I see how much force this guy has. But now, Mike, with all
off the scales, bigger than Master Yoda's.
He must have been immaculately conceived. But it's a fun movie.
Okay, yeah, absolutely it is.
It's a fun movie.
Absolutely it is.
And like I said, man, we're introduced to not only Darth Maul, but Qui-Gon Jinn as well, who I really liked. Liam Neeson in that role, man. I thought Qui-Gon was a great character. Once again, killed just like Darth Maul pretty quickly.
Right.
And but I did like him.
I like Ewan McGregor.
Me too,
as Obi-Wan. That will always be, to me, that was the best.
I agreed.
Choice.
Agreed.
For any character.
Agreed, man.
Coming back, as far as a predating.
Right. Agree 100%.
Fantastic. He just does a great job all throughout that whole thing.
And they're doing a show with him.
Yes.
Did you hear about that? Okay, yeah.
I think it's going to be fantastic.
I cannot wait, brother. If it's anything like The Mandalorian with him in that role, bro, how can it not be good,
My biggest things, as far as, Swiss cheese holes and is Obi-Wan in A New Hope. Not knowing, or you can even say he's probably pretending, maybe, if you want to stretch it out.
Yeah.
Not knowing who the droids were.
Yeah. That was a little Maypop. Yeah. Holes, brother. Well, even some of the things, like him being a great pilot, which he was. I mean, technically he is.
Yeah.
But I was always thinking more X-Wing type. I don't know, man. I was thinking more like what am I trying to say? Like an actual pilot, not just a pod racer.
Yeah.
Which I thought the pod racer.
Straight up Jedi.
Or Jedi, yeah. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I also don't know if I like the fact of Anakin being a kid. I think it would have been better if it was Luke's age, maybe. Maybe even have a Hayden Christian, play him all through the years. But I don't know, man.
I like the kid part.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
because I think you've got to establish him. And what really...
but he could have been a young man. I mean, like, Luke.
I don't know. I think everything from what happens when he's a kid forms him into what he ultimately becomes.
Well, another issue I have...
Because, I mean, being born in slavery...
Yeah, but...
and then going away from his mom, that's
tough.
That tear. I mean, obviously, that would tear on anybody and screw their emotions up, tremendously.
Yeah, but
and put you in that dark place of loneliness and just no love and it's.
I think that would have been put over better as a teenager, man. As a young man. I think
on episode 2 is him a teenager. He's definitely more of a teenager in that one. As far as whiny and just hateful.
That's a Skywalker trait, man. Let's just be honest. That's teenager across the board.
But that's definitely the Skywalker. You want to let me go to Tashi?
Yeah, I want to go get some power converters. I mean, and man, another issue, and we'll swing back to the prequels. Let's swing to the new trilogy, and a lot of people's issue with Last Jedi was, Luke Skywalker, he runs away and goes into hiding. I'm like, yeah, like Obi-Wan and Yoda, man. Yeah. That's a Jedi trait.
Yeah.
Well, Luke,
unfortunately, they run.
They run and hide. They're like, fuck this. We're going to the outer reaches of the galaxy, man.
For what it is, Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that was another thing. It's like, come on, man. Yoda did it. Obi-Wan did it. Come on, man. Give Luke a break. But going back to the prequels.
It's more like, they failed and they're kind of, punishing themselves.
Well, right.
Or whatever,
But it all still kind of falls in line with the, when shit gets real, the Jedi hit the trail, man,
Yeah.
Real shit has got real. Into hiding I must go. I mean, it's like, come on, man. But here's something else I didn't like about the kid aspect. And once again, I think they could have been 13, 14, still had all that go on. He could already been using the Force. That's why his master would have been even like, hey, I don't want to get rid of him. This guy can fix everything without even touching it, man. He can just put shit together. The Force was also the Padme thing. I mean, dude, she like straight up robbed the cradle, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's like, God, man, she's got to be what, 15? Well, at least 10 years older. At least, man.
I would say 10.
At least.
For sure.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
They implied that she was probably about 15 or 16 in episode 1.
See, that's how old I think he should have been, too. I think they should have been the same age.
See, there again, you fall into that. He's too old to be trained.
Just like Luke was.
Yeah.
But they could have always...
But Luke kind of made a different path than Anakin did.
But think about that path that Anakin took as Darth Vader. I think it would have still made sense. Oh, he's too old. He's too dangerous. Well, hell yeah. He's Darth motherfucking Vader, man. Yeah, I mean...
For what it is.
Well, for what it's worth, you know. But I think that was my biggest issue, man. It was like, damn, Padme. It's like, why you going to the... Why you cruising junior high for dates, man?
Hey.
But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being 10 years difference. Obviously, as you get older, 30 and 40, man, that's
big. Yeah, it's not such a big deal.
No, but 15 and 5, I mean, or 10 or
but the relationship wasn't back then.
True.
Yeah, it wasn't until episode 2, and she kind of followed, but he
was pushing that boy.
He used the Force on that.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
We'll get on this.
You want to suck this dick? Anyway, all right, man.
You will let me rub it on you.
You want to never? Okay.
Woo.
Yeah, man. We better chill on that, man.
This is on a different channel, not the Disney channel.
Man, no.
Plus.
I would definitely hit the not for children aspect on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, just because you see Jar Jar and Dick with ears, don't
well, that'll throw you off anyway.
Yeah, that'll we're going to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But no, man, going back to, I really like the pod racing. I thought that was some cool stuff, man. I like that.
Definitely.
I thought that was a cool sequence, man.
That was great suspenseful stuff.
Yes. Yeah. The Darth Maul fight, I thought, was one of the best Jedi fights.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It still holds up.
Yes. The music.
That's really due to Ray Parks.
Ray Parks was phenomenal in that role, man.
Yeah.
I do wish they would have kept. I really wish Darth Maul. Man, this is almost this armchair booking how we wish the prequels would have went.
Yeah.
Because I would have liked to see Darth Maul take on that Darth Dooku role. And just followed him all through it, man, you know. Personally, because we'll go ahead, man. In fact, let's start getting into the second episode.
Did you like Dooku?
Not as much, man. I like Christopher Lee.
I love
Christopher Lee.
Count Dooku is just
probably my least favorite character he's ever played, man. But I'll say this, for the caliber of actor Christopher Lee is, a legend, a myth, even. You know, he made the role as good as it could be.
Yeah.
But I was never a fan.
Yeah.
I thought Darth Maul would have been better. I mean, they don't have to know he's evil. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As they're doing all this stuff. You know, Palpatine played both sides. I mean, Darth Maul could have came across as something else other than a Sith Lord. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know with that look, though.
Well, it's Star Wars, though, man.
Yeah, it definitely.
Look at the...
it looks like the devil.
He looked like Satan himself, man, which is, you know, kind of weird with the Immaculate Conception on one side and then Satan on the other one. You know?
Didn't put that one together.
No.
But no. Episode 2 to me is definitely a weirder one. Because you've got all these different types of movies all into one.
Yeah, yes.
You got the detective movie with Obi-Wan, which is probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
Then you've got a lot of politics.
A lot of politics in this one.
Yes.
Brother. The first one had a fair amount. It really did. Almost too much. The second, man, it was right on the line, man.
I think so. It was right where it needed to be.
The second,
you're talking about invasion.
Yes, yeah, but you're also talking about trade embargoes and things of that nature.
Right.
You know, the real exciting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but the second one, I like the second one. Dude.
The second one to me is just, I don't know. It's very preachy for one.
Oh, brother, it's very political. Once again, political messages.
Very preachy as far
thing.
as, you know, everything politics and everything that's happening in there. The separatists are just weird to me,
but
they're not quite. They're not quite bad, but they're not quite good. They're just kind of in between. They're kind of caught in the middle of this whole thing with Palpatine, obviously being the I want to say the mastermind or the puppet master behind all this.
The agitator.
The agitator to turn everybody pretty much against each other and to form a galactic empire.
But you know, man, that's war though. I mean, there's really
absolutely.
You know who the good guy is whatever side you're on. Yeah. That doesn't mean you are the good guy. There's no good and bad in a lot of war, man. You know, except for the Nazis, obviously. Yeah, they were bad guys, obviously. You know. But for the most part, man, I mean, it's
definitely a war movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But there also is that investigation going on as well. Now, you like that and I did too, man. I like...
That's the adventure part for me.
Yes, and I like Attack of the Clones, man. I know a lot of people hate... It's my second favorite in the original, or prequels, I should say. And I think we both can probably agree with that. It's probably the second favorite. I enjoyed it. I like that war aspect, too. We get to see Yoda with a lightsaber. Right. Dude, I'll never forget that moment in the theater when Yoda comes in, with his cane, you know, and then he just goes down. He starts jumping around like a ping pong ball, man. You know, I love that.
It's kind of... Now, it's kind of hokey. Kind of
The CGI's kind of hokey now, because we're going back to practical effects.
And they used a lot in this movie. That was one of the biggest things. And you know, I'm looking at it. I watched a lot of behind the scenes stuff too on it. They used a lot.
Yes, they do.
I mean, a lot, and you can tell. You can tell then.
You can tell then, man. But now with HD being what it is, because you know, even back then, man, VHS was still very popular. In fact, Mike, let's just take a quick detour. Do you remember when we had the bootleg of Phantom Menace on VHS?
Yes, I think it was a Chinese.
Copy. We got it at the flea market.
Yes,
that was. See, dude, there was a certain. There was something about that age where you could get bootleg videos at the flea market, dude. And just a little side story, man, I probably watched The Phantom Menace probably just as much as I've watched the original trilogy, because when I got that copy, because we made copies of it or whatever, we would have viewing parties at the place I lived in. We call it the Tavern. It's a little single-wide trailer in West Lincoln, man, about as redneck as you could get. Yeah. But we would have literally a full house, drinking, smoking, grass, doing the whole 9 yards. and this was the reason was to watch the Phantom Menace on videotape,
Yes.
the bootleg. And I gotta just put a quick personal story. I remember my friend Murdoch Morrison, who passed away back in 2002. One of the best people I've ever known, man. Very unfortunate his passing. Very too young, brother. Too young. But I remember he came to one of these viewing parties.
Right.
And whenever Murdoch showed up, man, the party came with him.
Yeah.
Obviously had a case of beer with him,
All right.
And we're watching it, man. And he hadn't seen it yet. It was his first viewing of the new movie, of the Phantom Menace. And it was a bootleg VHS, so the quality was not good.
Right.
Man. Very dark, very grainy. You know, it was VHS anyway, and it was, like I said, once again, it was boot, and it was from a video camera.
Yes.
Set up in the theater, so it was terrible quality. But we're in there like, and you can hear people cheering during the Darth Maul fight. You know, when Darth Maul gets killed, you can hear people clapping and cheering. It was great. And I remember Murdoch's like, dude, I love this. Yeah. And I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, man, the quality of this video reminds me of an old movie. Yeah. And there was just something about it, man. And, we take that shit for granted now, especially with our HD and our big screen TVs. Yep. This was on one of those square TVs that weighed like 500 pounds. Oh, yeah. It was a big one, man. We had the big 32 or whatever inch. We had a big one. And had the stereo, not 5.1, but we had it hooked up to the old school stereo, the big speakers.
Yep, 2-channel, baby. And man, it was the shit. And I just never forget Murdoch, because Murdoch just went off on it, man. He's like, dude, this is so awesome, man. This is like an old school, like if I was watching it in the 70s. Right, yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.
But we watched that movie almost every weekend, man. It was just a thing. It was like, hey, man, let's get drunk, let's get high, let's put on the Phantom Menace from China.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And do you remember when we saw it at the flea market? The guy actually had to turn the TV screen. Because we're like, hey, man, what y'all? Because me and you were like, hey, what are you watching back here? Come here, man. Come here, guys. Almost like a drug deal or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, so shit, that's shady. Yoda.
Yeah. So shady.
It was shady as hell, man. And Mike, another little side note. Do you remember when that one bootleg booth got busted?
Oh, yeah.
While we were looking at the
right
movies?
There.
The cops walked up as me and Mike were looking at the video. Now, this was DVDs at this point. Well, I think they had a mixture. They had DVDs and VHSs. Yeah. And that cop looked at us, because we're still looking at him.
Oh, yeah.
As this going on. And that cop was like, nothing for sales here. Y'all got to go on. Huh. Yes, sir. Yeah. What a time to be alive, Mike. God, it was good, man. Well, anyway, going back to Attack of the Clones, man. We see the clones.
Yes. And that's another thing too. It's kind of preachy about the actual making the clones.
Yes. Yeah.
And is that morally right,
man. It had that morality to it. Yeah. We also got to see the introduction of Boba Fett,
Jango Fett,
which got a little controversy. Yeah. It's like, what do you mean he's a clone?
He's a clone too? Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
And he's not accelerated.
Right.
He's like the other clones.
He's an exact copy who was raised, who was a kid, but we get to see a young Boba Fett, man. I like that. I thought that was kind of cool. Boba Fett's a beloved character. You know? I thought that was a cool little aspect.
Let's see, what else was another point in that movie.
Where was Jango Fett? What the investigation?
Yeah, that was a good spot. I always liked that in the movie. There was something else that was
Deathsticks.
That was another one. Yeah, I remember that because he was going into the shady part of Coruscant.
Yeah.
It's like, the sticks.
You don't want to say we death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my
life. Once again, it was humorous.
This is bad.
Yes. But my whole thing is, man, what drug dealer is going to call their product death sticks?
Death sticks.
Hey, I don't know, man. Back in the 90s.
Well, yeah, we did.
I'll try one.
But, no, it's like a lot of stuff like that. The diner.
The diner, man. The 50s diner was a little hokey. But it was fun. It was hokey, though.
Yeah,
brother.
Very.
The second, once again, I did like Attack of the Clones. I did enjoy it. Right. I thought Yoda's fight was awesome. I thought it was cool when Yoda showed up with the clones. Yeah. At the very end. I thought that was really cool stuff.
That was the save the day moment. Yeah.
I thought they really pushed the anime Anakin. They got married, obviously. Mm-hmm. Anakin killing the Sand People. That was a big deal, man. That's when we saw Anakin really started to turn.
Oh, yeah, that was a big, because he raged out, because they obviously just, murdered his mom.
Right.
And, that was a big deal, but he kind of took it, and it wasn't so much rage after that. It was more like just straight up just whining and crying.
And he doesn't like sand, Mike, remember? Once again, dude, another Star Wars trait, or excuse me, Skywalker trait, man. They need to use the Force to quit being little bitches sometimes, man. Just to be completely honest with you, man. But when he goes into the whole sand thing, I hate sand. It gets everywhere. It's dirty. Blah, blah, blah. I'm
right.
Come on, man.
Get out your vagina.
Dude,
Kyle.
Listen here, Kyle Busch, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Get that sand out of your vagina before it turns into a pearl. But yeah, man. And why is he mad, dude? He's banging Natalie Portman, man. I mean, come on. I mean, jeez Louise, dude. I think that would take all my rage and hate, man. I'm done, man. Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah.
But no, man, I liked it.
You not kissing your sister.
I would. Yeah, George. No, he shouldn't have done that.
George,
what are you doing, man? And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I knew it all along." No, you didn't. You'd have never had that. Well, no, man.
You did.
Yeah, he did.
You nasty. You nasty.
But then again, man, Natalie going for the young meat. That's all I'm going to say. But hey, man, good for him. I think you're right, though, Mike. I think little force manipulation.
Let me tell you what. They ain't a news article about a hot teacher that doesn't go by.
You see it all the time, bro.
15, and you go, damn.
Why the fuck wasn't that? God. Well, first of all, man, we didn't have hot teachers back in my day.
We didn't.
We really didn't, man. I can think of one that was semi-hot. And she was all right. She was now, man, if I saw her today back then, at my age now, she'd probably be hot as shit, honestly. But back in the day, she was all right. But, dude, I tell you what, man, we had a circle. We were all reading. I think I was in 7th, 8th, 9th grade. I think I was in junior high. And, dude, she had a dress on, right? And she crossed her legs, and I saw a little bit of her panties, dude. Bro, that was awesome. That was a good day, man. Oh, my God. And she wasn't trying to, but I got a little basic instinct going on. Yeah. Dude, that was cool, man. God, that was so cool. But no, you see these hot teachers, man.
It's the promised land.
Dude, I saw one. It's like this one teacher like gave oral sex to like 5 of her students.
That's gotta be bullshit,
dude. What the fuck, man? What the fuck is that about, man? What? Oh. Dude, first of all, like I said, we didn't even have fucking hot teachers. No. And these cheesers
we
are
didn't
hot.
have blowjobs either.
No. That shit didn't come out to about 96, 97, man. I was out of school. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, okay, whatever, man. It's like, what? But no, man, that dude, that's some weird.
Where's the finger going?
Oh. The Sarlacc pit. Oh my God, man. Oh, God damn it. Hey, do you remember that Chappelle show where they had Yoda and it showed Yoda like getting with his students or whatever? It's like, good blow this is.
No.
Horny it makes me. Do you not remember that,
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was on Dave Chappelle's show, brother.
Was it?
Yes, man. He had an outtake from Yoda and one of the Padawans.
I don't remember that one.
Good blow this is.
Yeah.
Dude, I laughed so hard with that, man. But yeah, nah, man. So yeah, Padme was definitely the hot high school teacher.
There you go.
That shit would have never happened to me anyway, dude. Yeah. That would have happened to one of the dudes I hated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, that some bitch got a blowjob from her? Man, motherfuck him, man. Asshole.
Motherfucker ain't got nothing but F's.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Fucking Kyle Busch. Oh, man, that dick with theirs, fuck him. But anyway, man.
Motherfucker didn't put no effort into that art.
God damn it, man. All right, man, let's go into, what's the next one, man? Revenge of the Sith. Well, anyway, man, yeah, I liked Attack of the Clones. It was my second favorite. Phantom Menace being my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Revenge of the Sith is mine.
Is your least favorite?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And I know I'm going against the grain on everybody on that one.
Yeah, because that was my favorite one, man. It really was.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, there was just a lot of stuff going on in there that was just like, it to me, Revenge of the Sith is the meme movie.
It's, well, and you know what, man? First of all, let's talk about that. I love how the prequels have like a whole new meme life.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a thing now. You meme the prequels, and I think that is freaking hilarious, man. I liked Revenge of the Sith. I'll say this for Revenge of the Sith, man. It's a long movie. It's like 2.5 hours, and there is a lot in that movie, man. Yeah. Part of me really thinks that you could have actually done without Phantom Menace and made Revenge of the Sith. Well, or took elements from the Phantom Menace and combined it with the Clone War or Attack of the Clones. Because Revenge of the Sith was almost 2 movies in one, man.
I think you could have taken Attack of the Clones and chopped a lot of it down.
I agree.
Especially that romance.
Yeah, well, but...
Because the romance really never leads anywhere except for the birth of the twins.
Because it's almost...
Because it's useless.
And it's almost non-existent in Revenge of the Sith. I mean, like, Natalie Portman gets very little screen time in that movie.
Yeah.
I did like it, man. But, right off the bat, they kill Dooku. So
do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Do it.
But now we do see the Emperor.
That's a meme.
Yes, absolutely. The high ground is the best meme.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which we'll get to that a little bit later on in Revenge of the Sith. Once again, man, I did like this. It did show it's very dark, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you have the birth of Darth Vader.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I thought
the Frankenstein.
Well, even before that, I thought his name was kind of anticlimactic. It's just like he was like, "You will be Darth
Vader,"
but he kind of like thinks about it for a second. He's like, almost like you're naming your puppy or something.
Darth Keith.
Yeah, Darth Steve.
Darth Robert.
Yeah, I mean...
No. Vader.
We'll go with Vader. It was a little...
Vader.
I mean, and I'm not saying that there needs to be some great, weird way you name your Sith, but it didn't feel... Because he even kind of like did the eye roll a little bit, like, Vader. It's like... Wouldn't it have been better if it had been like, I don't know. Something could have been a little cooler with that. But even before that, man, I mean, I like the war aspect. I like, how they had the big battle at the beginning in space. We actually got to see a Star War. I mean, basically,
Yeah.
But the effects were a little hokey, the CGI. Yeah. Once again, man, it's hilarious because, like, some of the practical effects from, especially Return of the Jedi, when you watch those on high definition, very hokey. It almost looks like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But then the CGI now looks hokey, and some of the practical effects look cool. Yeah. Again, it's gone kind of full circle.
Absolutely.
Because they're making practical effects for high definition now. So it's weird. That kind of is ironic to me how it's kind of gone full circle with that. But yeah, the Frankenstein was a little.
That's a tough one.
That was
a tough one for me. That's at the end.
That was at the very end. Yeah, it was. But like I said, man, it's not a perfect movie. None of them are. I mean, let's go ahead and put. Well, none of them are. I mean, except for maybe Empire. Empire's almost.
Padme dying.
Well, first of all, man, we got to talk about the tragedy.
What?
Well, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was cool, man.
Yeah.
I did like.
I like that story. I did. I like that.
And how the Emperor slowly kind of goes. And I like the Emperor and Yoda fight. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It did have some holes, man. But yeah, the whole...
Why did Padme die?
Because he choked her.
No.
I thought he force choked her.
Nope.
I thought that was what brought on.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with her.
Well, she got force choked, and then she went and had birth.
If you remember in the movie... they said there's nothing wrong with her.
She died of a broken heart, man.
Died of a broken heart.
That's right. She was a broken heart. Well, okay, man. Yeah, like I said, dude, it ain't perfect. Padme's whole her whole role in that movie. The coolest thing about Padme in Revenge of the Sith was how she had the Princess Leia hair. That was cool, man. I like that at the very beginning when they showed her. I'm like, hey, cool, man. She's got the cinnamon buns, man. That's cool. That was about the best part for her, man.
Yeah. Now I liked Jimmy Smith's character in oh god, he was just, he was a great character in that as Organa.
Yes, and he actually is in Rogue One.
Yeah,
for a brief moment he reprises his role. Man, yes, agreed. There's some good characters in that movie. Mace Windu, dude, I think he still could be out there. I think we still may see him in this next movie. Hey, motherfucker! I would love to see Samuel Jackson come back in that role. I thought he was great.
I thought it was kind of a lame
way to die. Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
We
for
don't.
Him.
Well, but once again, man, we don't know if he did. He just goes out the window, man. He could have forced himself out, down to the ground or some shit, man. He could have feathered his, force feathered himself or some shit. I don't know.
Let's go ahead and assume he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, but he could come back.
He not coming back. Well, he not coming back in. Ghosty as Ghosty Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon or Luke or
Well, hey man, if Darth Maul can survive after being cut in half,
see, that's too much for me.
Yeah, I agree, man.
That's too much.
Yeah, but they saved him. But then again, look at Darth Vader, man. Look at Anakin, what he survived. I mean, he got straight burnt, cut. I mean,
but he was more machine.
He was more machine.
That's right.
He was more machine.
Yeah. But lame way to die.
Yeah, for me, sure. For me, if he is truly dead, and then they showed the Emperor get all his face melted and everything. I thought that was kind of cool.
Couldn't save me. He was so good.
He was good, man. I love
anything the Emperor does.
Yes, and he's coming back.
Classic.
And he
just
is
that stuff in Jedi alone
was great, man.
Was. Oh, I'm afraid your friends. Jerry Moon.
Yes, man.
He's such a dick.
And he's great at it, man.
Dick.
And he is so good. And like I said, man, I'm really happy to see him coming back in the new movie coming out. He's, going to be a pretty prominent role. And, everybody's calling it the Skywalker saga. Really, man, it's the Emperor saga. Because he's the one that's like pulling the string, even though he's not in all the movies.
I mean... he's been there from the beginning.
The beginning, man. Yep. Even though, he was mentioned. Yep. He was always mentioned in the first Star Wars. But yeah, like I said, man, the prequels, I think, get an unnecessary amount of hate.
Yeah.
Yes, there's the reasons to hate on certain aspects, obviously, man. Yeah. Can you break it down? Is it going to be the perfect movie for the perfect Star Wars fan? No, man, but there's no such thing, Mike.
No.
You can't.
There's not.
You can't appease.
Except for Empire.
Empire's perfect, man. Yeah. Let's just call it for what it is, man.
Yeah.
The perfect movie. Other than it, but here's the thing, Mike. Everybody wants every Star Wars movie to be Empire.
I know.
And you can't do it, man. Yeah. Enjoy what you have.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, they just need to stop making them." I'm like, yeah. Well, dude, like I said, I see on so many not message boards, but on so many posts and stuff on Facebook, social media, and Twitter, stuff like this. They just need to quit making them. Just stop making them. I'm like, motherfucker, stop watching them.
That's pretty much it.
Let me watch them.
I mean,
like we talked a little bit about Solo. I'm not going to lie, man. Of all the Star Wars movies ever made, it's probably my least favorite one. Okay. I still liked it. I'd still watch it again, man. I've only watched it once. It's the only Star Wars movie I've only watched once. I'll say that. But I'd watch it again. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's entertaining.
Right.
But why people out there would rather you just stop making these movies because they don't like them.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it's like I was saying a little earlier, man. Who the fuck are you anyway? Well, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Say what you want to, man. It's your platform. You have the freedom to say and do what you want to, but you need to realize that you don't fucking count.
Yeah.
I hate to be like that, but nobody gives a shit, man. Well, I don't like it. So what?
Well, okay.
I did.
Yeah.
If you want to be real, super cool about it, start a podcast.
Right.
Anyway, man.
Yeah, I think once Rise comes out, we should definitely hit on the last trilogy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I like them, man. I tell you, dude, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's a big Star Wars nerd, just like we are.
Yeah.
And it had just come out. Force Awakens had just come out, and I was like, "Hey, man, what'd you think?" I'm over here all like, "Woohoo!" And he was like, "Man, I didn't really like it that much."
Really?
I'm like, "No way, really, man." And he had his reasons, and he was like, "Yeah, it felt almost too much like the original." And I'm like, "Well, man, but that's Star Wars."
Yeah, Star Wars.
I mean, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, man, I didn't talk to him again for a while, and I was like, man, dude, I loved it. I said, I thought it was great, and I'll watch it again. I've watched Force Awakens a few times.
Right.
So we caught back up, man, a few months later, maybe even been a year later. He's like, you know what, dude? I watched it again, and I just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't break it. And you know what, man? It is a good, fun movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's the thing, man. This is Star Wars. This isn't The Godfather. This isn't Braveheart, man. This isn't...
Is it?
Freedom.
I mean, is it?
I mean,
really?
I mean, dude, to me, it's...
You deconstruct it.
Well,
especially, with the original, and the Force coming from Joseph Campbell, that classic good versus bad, I mean, it's kind of that moral tale.
But I don't think it's something to write a thesis on, man. Well, I mean, you could.
Absolutely.
I guess you could.
You could. I think you definitely. I think a lot of people probably have.
Yeah. Man. I know they have on Star Trek. I actually wrote a paper on Star Trek once. But
there you go.
There you go, man. But I mean, I'm just saying, enjoy them.
Yeah,
absolutely
enjoy them.
And that's the thing, man. Because
if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Don't watch it. If you don't like them anymore, don't watch it. Why do you take time to go on Facebook or Twitter or whatever?
We do the same thing with wrestling.
Dude. Now, granted, man, I crap all over WWE, but I do that in our podcast. I do that for our show because, we have a show. We have a platform. Right. We record and we're broadcast. But I never get online and shit on it because it's like, man, it ain't for me.
Yeah.
But, brother, I see a lot of people who do, and I see them doing it on AEW and NWA, and I'm just like, if you don't like it, don't watch it, man. Yeah. Which I guess maybe I should take my own advice since I started watching WWE.
There you go.
But we have a reason, man. We have a legit reason, because we have our weekly wrestling wrap up that you can catch every Sunday night on L-Town Radio at 9:00.
That's right.
Well, Mike, brother, what do you think, man? You think it's a good way to wrap up the prequel show here?
No, that's Superman.
Damn it, dude. We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that trilogy.
I like Man of Steel, dude. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about the original trilogy.
I don't count 3, man. Well, no, 3 was good.
Why do you not count 3?
3's the one that had Richard Pryor in it, right? Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. Which one had the Sun Man in it?
4.
Okay.
Christopher Peace.
Oh, man, yeah. I haven't watched those in forever. I actually did watch
Let's go back on that.
I watched the Donner cut of the second Superman. Completely different movie, man.
Yeah.
Completely. And I liked it. I actually liked it better, honestly. And I just watched that about a year ago.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, I didn't even know it existed. I just happened to catch it somewhere. I was like, oh, shit, the Donner cut.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. But anyway, Mike, what else is there anything that we could say about the prequels to end this show?
Let's see. I don't know. Oh, yeah, for sure. I know we could probably go on hours more just talking about different stuff. Oh, just the Jabba stuff alone, probably.
Yeah, there you go.
Wookiees, Tauntauns.
Yes, man. The Wookiee battle at the end of Sith was I thought was really cool, man. Chewbacca is introduced, you know.
Let's see. Wampas.
Yeah. Once again, man, it had its issues, man.
Yeah.
Once again, we can go back to Jar Jar and
Lando,
yeah, man. So it's
old Cloud City, and what was his name? Lando's assistant.
The guy with the weird headphones.
Headband.
Yeah.
Had a headband.
Yeah.
Gosh, I forget his name.
It escapes me, man. You know, there's people out there that could tell you.
I could have told you any of them. I can't remember his name. That kills me now.
Yeah, it's escaping me, man. It is escaping me. But nah, dude, I mean, I think you did have a point, Mike. I mean, you can break these movies down. It's definitely the good versus evil. It's the hero's journey.
Yeah.
I mean, both episodes, really, man. Both trilogies, really. Right. I mean, because one, it shows the turn. Mm-hmm. But even Obi-Wan. I mean, really, man, those prequels are just as much about Obi-Wan.
Well, let me ask you about this. Like, with the trilogies, the touch-ups.
Oh, the special editions?
Well, maybe, the special editions, but definitely some of the remasters and actually putting Hayden Christensen.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
You didn't have a problem with it, did you, Mike?
I didn't have a problem with it because that's where he was when he was a Jedi.
Man, here was
because when he dies, he's definitely not a Jedi when he dies.
No, and I mean he is definitely transformed. He's Darth Vader.
Yes.
I didn't like it, man.
Because, I mean, who's ever seen this old Anakin guy in a Jedi robe ever?
True, but here's the thing, man. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I didn't like it because to me it just felt like it was forced. Hey, no pun intended. Hey, you like that? But I didn't like it, man. Honestly, it's my nostalgia. To be completely, totally honest with you, man. Because as a kid watching Return of the Jedi, just like you said, whoever's seen that, my thing is exactly, I got to see that. I got to see Anakin as a kid. You know, I'm talking back when it first came out. So to me, dude, when you start touching up these, and I understand, man, they were George Lucas movies. He could do with them what they want. Just like we could take our podcast and we can add shit to it if we wanted to. But I think at some point in society and in culture, these things that are yours that you put out there for people and the people give you their money to make you a billionaire. I think at some point, man, it does go from not being yours to being the people's at some point down the line, man. And I guess my point is, would it be cool if now obviously, you know, I'm trying to think of something more recent, but only thing I can think of is like if Da Vinci decides to paint, you know, eyebrows or some shit on the Mona Lisa or something. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going?
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, man. It's like at what point does... Because it's not like Lucas hasn't been paid, man. It's not like he hasn't gotten very wealthy and influential. He's a billionaire, man. I mean, a billionaire. Come on.
Well, even in that same aspect with Empire, the first time you see Emperor Palpatine on that hollow screen, you know, he's kind of weird looking. He's got that like droopy eye. One eye is like way lower than the other. Like, who's this dude? That's not what the Emperor looks like. Ultimately in Jedi.
True, but...
and they went back and fixed that.
Yeah, man, but that was kind of...
I think that's a good fix.
It was.
You see that Emperor in Empire the first time, it's like...
But it's also a projection. I mean, it's not a in your face, you know, and there's also, man...
But that's the first time you lay eyes on the Emperor.
True.
And it's like...
True.
He looks like some kind of weird alien.
Yeah,
but, you know, that's not... obviously what he was in Jedi.
Right. They did improve it, man. And I get that maybe going from movie to movie, but man, when you talk about old Anakin, you're talking of a generation of people. Once again, like I said, man, I mean, you're putting lipstick on the Mona Lisa.
That's true. But that whole end scene, I love the end scene. I do. For Jedi. His unmasking.
Oh, when he looks like Billy Joel playing a harmonica?
Yeah, that's a little anti.
It was. I mean, I don't know where they... Once again, it's like I was telling you a little earlier in the show about my cousin talking about Return of the Jedi. And not being the best movie or best overall. And somebody, I think, commented saying, yeah, it was basically a 2-hour toy commercial. And
I don't feel that same way.
I think that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
Definitely it had its... It had its marketing, you know. There were a lot of play sets in that movie. Let's just
for sure.
keep it real. But I agree. I think that goes a little...
Of course, there were in the Empire, too.
That's true. But I think it was
Dagobah?
more... Dagobah was...
Yoda?
To this day, Dagobah's my favorite place that I ever had. That and Castle Grayskull kind of go hand in hand. Snake Mountain was pretty awesome.
But nobody... Oh, yeah, this Empire is just a 2-hour, you know, toy commercial for Yoda's
Dagobah system. I think,
or even just the Yoda toys and the Yoda plushes and the puppets.
Yeah, man, I never had one. I always wanted one, dude.
And everybody shits on it. Everybody shits on Jedi just because
Ewoks.
And they made a figure and a plush out of Ewoks.
That's true. Now, I will say this. I think Jedi, there may have been a little bit more of that going into the movie versus Empire. In other words, I think Empire just kind of happened to have some play sets where I think maybe some people on Jedi was like, hey, you know what? We can make a toy out of this. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think that started way before Empire. Definitely, they caught on in A New Hope.
New Hope, yeah. Because nobody knew it was going to blow up like it did.
Toys.
And dude, it
money.
Kenner, man, there's actually a really good show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. Have you seen that, Mike?
Absolutely.
Dude,
I watched every episode.
Me too. I'm actually catching up with the new season. I just started watching.
I watched all those.
I just watched the Turtles episode last night.
Did you watch LJN?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. That's the first one I went to.
Yeah, I see. I'm gonna get. I like to watch them in order, man.
Man, I've watched everything And it's made every toy, even if I didn't like the toy.
Well, even the Barbie show was
made it
interesting. Yeah,
Legos.
The Legos was
I wasn't a big Lego person.
Me neither, not really.
So interesting.
It's interesting. Like Absolutely. I said, the Barbie episode I thought was just, well, man, they're doing a movies that made us now, too. Yeah. And I watched the Dirty Dancing episode. That was the first episode. Once again, not the biggest Dirty Dancing fan. Not really. I watched it when I was younger.
Super interesting.
So I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff that was going on in that movie behind the scenes, it was super interesting. And, dude, I was actually telling a friend of mine at work because we were talking about it. And I'm like, Dirty Dancing, man, was about as close to porn that we could get back in that day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Even for a PG-13 movie, I mean, Jennifer Grey, man, was smoking, bro. Yeah. And, I mean, like I said, it was about as close. Back in those days, man, you had to use what you had.
Yep.
You had to go with it, man, because, you just couldn't get online.
Nope.
You kids today have it so made with your online pornography.
So easy.
We either had to go into a bookstore we didn't want to go into, a gas station that we didn't really want to be known in, or order some shit off out of the book or out of the magazine that we had to go into the gas station and get.
Or you had that friend that had a stash of them who their parents just didn't care.
Yeah, or you found them in the woods, man. Dude,
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, not only that,
I'd touch any of the woods.
Oh, dude, they were rough, man. But here's the thing, man. Talking about my porn discovery, because I was reading something on Reddit, and apparently a lot of people had the porn stash in the woods. I thought it was just...
That's crazy.
I just thought it was my neighborhood, man. No, dude, we were like the fucking Goonies, man, because one of our buddies in the neighborhood, there was about 4 or 5 of us. No, I can't remember how many. But one of them was like, hey, man, my brother hid a bunch of porn in the woods. Because we came up in the country,
That's crazy,
man.
Dude.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, you did too, man. And so one summer afternoon, we were the straight up Goonies, man. We went and got cut, man, briars, man. I mean, they were deep in the middle, but we found them. And they were the old school, like Cherry and Hustlers, man. I mean, hair everywhere.
Oh
dude.
My god!
Because they were old.
So much Winterbush,
dude. Man, it was everywhere, man. I think I see it. Because, dude, these magazines...
That's somebody's head, dude.
No. Is this a porno magazine or a TV guy with Alf?
Right.
But, bro, howdy. Bro, howdy. But, nah, dude, they were like... Because, like I said, man, I was a kid, dude, so this was probably mid-80s, give or take 85, 86, 87. And these magazines were old for back then.
Oh, jeez.
So you're talking like late 70s, early 80s pornos, man, porno mags. But nah, man, this guy's like, hey, man, my brother told me there's a box of pornos in the woods. Oh, shit, where, man? Down there. Nowadays.
Follow the map.
Yes, man, yes, dude. We had to, like, solve riddles. There were, like, cats with wizard hats on. Oh, if you bring me if you bring me the acorn of truth, I can give you the map to the porn. I mean, it was like a damn RPG, man. But, nah, dude, and the final boss was the briar patch.
Hopefully he didn't run into, what's his name? Lemmy Winks.
Lemmy Winks? Oh, no, man. He was in one of the magazines.
Okay.
Nah, dude, I got cut up briars, man. I mean, they were straight up in the middle of a briar patch, man.
Yeah.
And but we got them, and we distributed them amongst us, man. And I snuck them in the house, and
treasure,
dude. It was, man. It was like, and they were like, they were the good shit, man. They were like Cherry and Hustle. It wasn't Playboy. Yeah, man. They showed like everything, man. And like the hardcore XXX shit. Oh yeah, man. That was one of those summer days. Got another one I gotta tell you about. Speaking of that kind of shit. One day during the summer, and I don't want to put anybody too much on blast here, but a friend of mine's dad he had a friend of his who was moving out of a storage unit. Had a bunch of stuff in the storage unit, they had to clear it out. Summer morning, man, my mama wakes me up. Jason, so-and-so is on the phone. So-and-so's dad's on the phone. I know who I was like, oh shit, what are we in trouble for? I thought we got busted doing something. And this is before drinking and smoking pot and all that shit, man. I was probably 14, 15 at the time. Oh, not old enough to drive, but my friend was.
Right.
I remember that. I was like, oh, God, what'd we do? I thought I was in trouble. He's like, he wants to talk to you. And dude, this is like 7 o'clock in the summer, man. It's like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God. Get on the phone. I ain't trying to make fun of this guy or nothing, but, he had a very distinct voice, very distinct speech pattern. Hey, how you doing? Yes, sir, Mr. So-and-so. I don't want to put him too much on blast, but the man was blind as well. He was completely, totally blind. Hey, Nothing, sir. What did I do? And he didn't like me because I had long. Man, he was blind, but he knew I had long hair.
Right.
So he used to call me homophobic names sometimes, man, and I didn't like that because I'm not like that. I was a rocker, not a Anyway,
he could smell your hair.
Yeah. And he used to call me a grass head, and I didn't even smoke pot at the time.
Right.
I thought he meant grass because I had long hair. That's what I thought he meant by grass head, but then I found out later, I know grass head, Jason Finger,
Okay.
But he liked me enough to call me to come help him move his friend's shit out of a storage unit. Like I said, man, it was bullshit, man. Like I said, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, man. I remember what time it was because I was like, dude, it's summer.
Right.
Hey, get up, man. Chris on his way. So-and-so's on his way to come pick you.
All right.
Oh, because he was a little bit older than me. Like I said, he had his driver's license. I was like, oh, man, because I was turning 16 that summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my buddy turned 16 that winter. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, man, about 7:30 he pulls up, man. Me and all my damn buddies, man, So, shit, man. He's putting us to work. Well, man, we start cleaning out this, and it was a bunch of shit. Well, like I said, the man's blind, right? So he's supervising the shit out of us anyway. You boys hurry up, goddamn, got our shit to do. We didn't cuss. He was a Christian man.
Yeah.
But he was wide open, man.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, dude, there's this big chest, man. It's like a big cabinet or foot chest, you know what I'm saying? Foot locker.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, man. We're like, God damn, man, and it was a woman whose house or whose stuff we're moving.
Right.
Jesus, man. Well, one of our other friends opens it up. Is full of Playgirl magazines.
Oh, man.
Playgirl magazines.
Oh.
Dude, we start laughing. I mean, obviously, we don't want none of these magazines, It's
an old lady's house.
Well, it was a storage unit, but it was for an older lady. Yeah. And she just had this thing. But it was an older lady.
Yeah.
And, man, and it was heavy as shit. We're like, damn, what's in this fucking thing?
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck, man, it's on a lot. Full. Slammed completely full of Playgirl
sets
of Playgirl dick magazines, man. So we do look at them, man.
Yeah.
Well, what was funny? We're like, oh, well, what are y'all looking at? No, nothing, nothing. Well, what's so funny? Nothing. With the guy who opened up, he was a smart ass, man. The guy who he was a great. He actually became a cop later on, man. Believe it or not, he was a great guy, man. I miss this guy. We lost touch years and years ago, but he opened it up and got it right in his face, man, because he's blind. And we are dying laughing, man. What's so funny? Well, you want him? We got shit to do now. Oh, never. All right. He's raising hell, and we are laughing. God. And he is just putting this dick picture right in his face, man. And anyway, man, so we put up the magazines and we move them out and this and that. But we were just and this lady was in church, man. I mean, that's how we knew it was through the church. And we were just dying laughing, man. Wow. But we found the anti-treasure. Because it was all dick magazines. Yeah. But it was funny because he would open them up and put them right in his face, man. And he was blind. And it was mean looking back at shitty, but at the time.
But you got the mean guy back.
And not only that, man, yes, because he woke my ass up at 7 o'clock on a summer morning. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, fuck this guy for that, man. I love him to death, man. He's still around. He's still doing all right.
The Goonies are all right.
Dude, it was funny, man. But like I said, man, we were like, what the fuck, man? This thing is heavy as shit.
That's crazy.
And it was packed, completely stacked with nothing but dick magazines.
Wow.
Man. Yeah, man. So we had the good Goonie hunt, and then we had the bad one. Right. But even the bad one turned out to be funny because we got to have these dick magazines. Right. He pretty much had a dick in his face and never knew it. And yeah, man. So that's my tale for the week, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, Mike. I guess on that note, we ought to go ahead and shut her down.
Yeah, man.
You got to open up the store, man. We're running a little late.
That's
here,
true. That's true.
Anything you want to end us with, brother?
Goonies are all right, man.
All right with me, brother.
And Kyle Busch.
Fuck him, man. Fuck some Kyle Busch. Y'all have a good one. Fucking dick with ears, man. Fuck him.
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to go.
This has been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.